Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for mid-March 2025. You have this card that says take time to breathe out. You also have this card that says communication is key. A lot of communication cards at this time, so I feel that whatever you're doing in life, of course being but what I would say, let me spit this out before I stumble over my words again. I feel that this is more about direct communication. Like, I feel that we are in a time where kind of like communicating directly and not allowing things to be left up to the imagination would be a good idea. Now, it kind of makes sense because we do have Mercury retrograde, and a lot of people think of Mercury retrograde as confusing communication, but it's only confusing if you're not saying direct, being direct in your communication. So this isn't about like one area of your life or another either. This is about all areas of your life, being a direct communicator. So I would just be speaking directly in work, business, career, your love life, everything. I would make sure that you're just being very straightforward and to the point. And here you go. You have the Eight of Wands, literally the card of being straightforward and to the point in any of your communications. Doing that will help you the most, and it will avoid the drama of saying something and kind of leaving things up to the imagination, right? And it definitely popped into my head with that card. You have the Nine of Cups, the Six of Swords, and the Judgment card. Nine of Cups is like a wish or wish fulfillment. So, there could be something that you're wishing for. Now, the Nine of Cups is also a card of alignment. We have to be matching the energy of what we want to get what we want with the Nine of Cups. And again, that could also be part of this direct communication. I think it's in the book Think and Grow Rich. I think that in that book, I'm pretty sure, in that book, Napoleon Hill says that if you want something, you have to ask directly for it, unapologetically, right? And so, people, they'll say things like, oh, I want to make $1 million, but I'd be okay with 100,000, right? And so the Nine of Cups is like, no, if you want $1 million, you need to claim what you are asking for. And I really do get that feeling from this reading. I feel like it's like saying, if you want something, you need to claim it. You need to say, no, I'm not going to settle. This is the thing that I want. And it's kind of funny that you do go down to the Eight of Cups, because the Eight of Cups, he's walking away from something, these 8 cups, to find fulfillment because he's not willing to settle, right? So definitely we get a lot of this energy in this reading of needing to, go directly to exactly what you want. Eight of Wands says the same thing. All these 8 wands are all pointing in one direction. I feel like I've been saying this to you in all your past readings, that with the Eight of Wands, you cannot pull in 2 directions. If you do, you're just stuck. You're just, kind of staying in the middle. But if you point in one direction, then you will probably get the thing that you want. Next, you have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is moving on to calmer shores. I kind of feel this is about making your life easier. Now, life is not meant to be easy. So again, I'm not suggesting that your life is magically going to get easier. But the Six of Swords says there are probably things in your life that you could make smoother. I always say the Eight of Wands is my card of creating a slip and slide in life. I feel like I've said that to you before as well, Leo. So I think a great activity for Leo, probably for the rest of 2025, probably until, for the next few years, at least, I would say, a good activity for you would be to look at things that are hard and just think, how can I make this easier? Will you be able to get everything easier? Absolutely not. But if you can make some things easier, your life will become easier, right? And again, I'm not saying it's going to be easy either, but, if you put in the work, it will be worth it, and things will become smoother. And, I think that all of us should do that. You have the Judgment card. I do feel like you're being called to something here, because we go up 10 of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. Now, I consider both of these cards to be foundational energies. And what I mean by that is that they both come up when we might be working on the foundation of something. They are both cards of longevity. Both cards want to create something that lasts for a long time. Now, you are a fixed sign. I believe because of Uranus and Taurus, all fixed signs are being pushed towards creating more freedom in their lives, where you can have the freedom to do whatever, right? And I think a great way for Leos to do that is to work on those like foundational beginning energies. And if you do that, you'll probably create more freedom as well, which is great. Now, the Judgment card is you being called to purpose I think this is something that's been a challenge for Leo for a long time. Like, what is your purpose? What are you meant to do? Kind of thinking, it's like sometimes I think we get to a point in life where it's like we've been doing something for a long time and we think that that's all we are. It's like we think like I'm a tarot reader, right? It's like it would be like me getting to 50 and being like, oh my God, the only thing I am is a tarot reader. I have no other skills. But it's like that's not true. I feel like this reading is saying this, by the way. That's why I'm saying this to you. It's like, no, you have a lot more skills that you have gained. And I think the reading with the King of Pentacles is trying to get you to realize that your true purpose lies in the skills that you have, but it's not the skills themselves. Does that make sense? Probably not. But, I would be looking at what you've been doing for a long time. There could be something that's like very valuable, a skill that is very valuable, like inside of what you do. And there's something about that. Maybe we'll get more as we go along. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Queen of Wands. Yeah, Queen of Wands about being bold, being assertive. I'm pretty sure you always get her with me in these readings. So the Queen of Wands really wants you to go for something. She has this sunflower right here, and the sunflower points towards the sun. So the Queen of Wands wants us to like move in the direction of love, joy, happiness, peace, all those good feelings. And if you do that, you will find success. And she also wants you to learn as you go and not care what other people think. So all those energies would be good for you. With the Six of Swords, you have the Magician. Really good. I don't know that I would call this manifestation energy. I would call this more directional energy, which is kind of manifestation, but the direction that you're focusing on is clearly important. The Magician would be pointing over to this Eight of Wands. And so that would represent only focusing in one direction. Now, the Nine of Cups with the Magician is about reinvention. The Magician is the card of reinvention. He understands that to have something, sometimes he has to reinvent himself. He has to be in the energy of what he wants, which we talked about with the Nine of Cups. With the Judgment card, you have the World. A lot of cycles ending right now. This is because of the eclipses, probably. We just had an eclipse. We're about to have another eclipse towards the end of the month. And, again, you could just be, wrapping cycles up, starting new things. You could be moving on from things that no longer serve you with the Eight of Cups. It all makes sense. And again, the World is a card of an achievement. So it could be leading to an achievement. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this dream home. It says, when you are living your best life every day, your dream home is your actual home. Love it. You have this dependent card. It says, you can't fully come into your power if you rely on others for financial support. Number one, I think we are in a good time for support. So if you need help, don't be afraid to ask. But, I do feel a lot of you are becoming kind of like more independent with that King of Pentacles energy, which we will talk about in a minute. The Dream Home card, I think is talking about creating an environment of success. So I think that would be another good thing for you to work on. You have the Devil, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Hangman. The Devil would, I do think all fire signs need to be careful of bad habits. Bad habit, this doesn't have to be anything like, super bad. It could just be like maybe you spend too much time watching Netflix or whatever. That's always the example I use with the Devil. But I would definitely be careful of like habits that are getting in the way. Like I said, anything that's slowing you down is what I would avoid, especially with that Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands loves speed. And so if we are doing things, that doesn't mean we should be rushing either, but anything that's slowing you down could be something that you have to separate from or remove yourself from, and that will probably help the most. Next, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire in your life. Now, the Ten of Pentacles is something that we work on forever. It is, building, leaving a legacy, and it's a process. It's something that we work on forever, like I said. I like the Ten of Pentacles when it comes up in a reading because it basically says that you can see what you want. That's like half the battle. We have to be able to see where we're going. I just said to someone else, I don't remember who, but it's like if you're like in New York and you're trying to get to Los Angeles and you're just on the street looking forward, you're not really going to see how to get to Los Angeles, right? You have to see the map from the top down. When you look at the map, you can see how to get there, right? And so sometimes with the Ten of Pentacles, I think that it is the map. Like we see what we want. And we understand what the Ten of Pentacles would look like for us. And when we can see it, then we can kind of like create a map, or we can come up with some steps that we can take to create the Ten of Pentacles. And that's what I kind of feel like that's where you're at right now, Leo. It's like maybe you don't have what you want, but you can see it, and at least you can come up with a plan of action to get there, and that's what I would be focusing on. I also think it would be an amazing time for you to work on anything foundational. We have all this retrograde energy right now, Venus and Mercury mostly, and what I would say is retrograde times are great for rebuilding things. You know, any RE word is great for retrograde energy. But with these two cards, Ten of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, I think working on anything that could strengthen or support things in your life, relationships, businesses, work, career, your health, you know, working on those types of activities is what's going to get you here faster. So that's what I would be focused on. Next, you have the Hangman. I mean, it's kind of just obvious to me, this type of energy for fixed signs, especially because we just had Pluto enter into a fixed sign, Aquarius, your opposite sign, right, Leo? And I feel that gaining other perspectives or seeing other perspectives on, you know, basically everything in your life could be very good for you. Fixed signs can get fixed on a perspective. They can think like life works this way. You know, I can only accomplish my goals doing this, this, and this, right? And so the Hangman reminds us that there are a million ways to do pretty much anything, and we have to be flexible. And as long as you're flexible and staying open to, you know, inspirations, right? He has been on pause. He's gaining enlightenment. His head is glowing. He has learned a new way to do something. And, you know, as long as you stay flexible on that, I think you'll be fine. With the Devil, you have the Two of Swords. Yeah, I would be careful of like not seeing devils in your life. You know, devils can also be energy vampires, anything that steals your time. And that could also be slowing you down. So, you know, a major theme in your reading is removing things that slow you down or things that get in your way. And the thing about the Two of Swords is we don't always see it. You know, she has a blindfold on. And so blindfolds in the tarot represent needing to trust your intuition. I think that for a lot of you, that if you trust your intuition sooner, that it would really helpful. Like, I'm a Pisces. I'm supposed to be intuitive, right? But the past few years have really taught me, like a major life lesson I learned in my 30s. It only took me 30 something years, was really, you know, paying attention to that first gut instinct, because I've rarely been wrong about that first gut instinct, right? And I kind of get that feeling for you, where it's like if you feel like a situation isn't right, or if you feel like something is a waste of time, or if you feel like something's stealing your energy, it probably is. So I would be trusting your gut here. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Five of Pentacles. It's hard to get from here to there, right? It's hard to get from Five of Pentacles to Ten of Pentacles. This is what Leo has experienced for a long time. Restriction, plain and simple. And I'm not even going to sugarcoat it, right? And I'm not going to say it's going to be easy for you to get to that Ten of Pentacles, but it'll be worth it. And I also feel that you are being given the opportunity to focus on your strengths. You know, the solution to the Five of Pentacles is to not call attention to your weaknesses. It is to focus on your strengths. And we kind of said that already with the King of Pentacles, and we're getting there. So we will definitely talk about this more when we get to that King of Pentacles. With the Hangman, you have the King of Cups. Yeah, we have a little bit of love here. I do think it's a good time for love, even though we have Venus retrograde. You know, again, I always say that Venus retrograde isn't something that I would worry about too much. It's not like a Mercury retrograde, and Venus retrograde, you know, sure, it can bring in an absolute monster into your life, but it can also bring in a destined connection. I just wouldn't rush, right? Just take your time. You will be fine. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this card that says, clear your energy. You also have this Moon Goddess card. It says, higher power on it. Yes, the Judgment card is your higher power. It is your higher self angel. So you are clearly being guided at this time, and I would, pay attention to your intuition. Like I said, your gut instincts, your signs, symbols, synchronicities, all that other stuff, I think would be good as well. I also think it would be a great time to clear your energy. If you have too many people around you, it can be hard to make decisions, right? So maybe you need to carve out some time for yourself so you can listen to yourself, and that would be good as well. You have the King of Pentacles, probably your most important card here, the Queen of Cups and the Eight of Cups. The King of Pentacles is all about your skills. He has these grapes on his cloak here, and those grapes in the tarot represent something that is very difficult to grow. but he can grow it well. So the whole point of the grapes is that they represent a skill that he has that most people, that's hard for most people, but could be easy for you. So I really feel that you need to do a deep dive on the skills that you have, because it's like you might be thinking, I just had this like thought pop into my head at the beginning, I said it, that, you are thinking like, oh, I'm a tarot reader. But it's like, no, you actually have some skills that are much more than just that. And I think doing a deep dive on your skills and looking at all the experiences you've had could like open up an opportunity or something. We don't really see any opportunity cards here in the reading, but that's the feeling I get off of the reading. I feel like it's saying, you have a great opportunity to use your skills in a different way, and it could even lead to a lot more wealth in your life. The King of Pentacles is wealth. So I would be really kind of looking into your skills, the things that you've learned, and like how you can apply your skills in a different way. Hangman is about seeing things from a different perspective. I would really look into that. Next, you have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is about following your heart. I feel like I always say this to you, so I don't know, whatever. I feel it would be a great time to listen to what your heart is saying. Your heart might not make logical sense. It never really does. But, if your heart is telling you to, like, quit your job and move to Alaska and start homesteading, that might be a little bit of a reach, right? You might be saying, well, my heart is wrong because there's no way in hell I could do that. But I don't know. Plenty of people have done it. So, if someone has done something that you want to do, it's possible for you. And I feel like the Queen of Cups, is kind of saying that. So is the Queen of Wands. Again, she has that sunflower. The Queen of Wands really says she does not listen to anyone. She has her own, she marches to the beat of her own drum. And I definitely get that feeling from this reading. She has this black cat here. And the black cat during the times of tarot was considered like unlucky. But the whole point of the black cat on the card is that she doesn't care what anyone thinks. She just likes the cat. So the Queen of Wands, she just does things because she likes it. That's like it. So I feel following your heart is going to be important. You have this Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is about walking away from things that no longer serve you. I always say the Eight of Cups, only card that has an eclipse, so makes perfect sense during eclipses. And also, these 8 cups do provide him with something. So the 8 of Cups is a little bit scary because these 8 cups do provide something to his life, but he would be settling if he stayed in this situation. And like I said, I felt like that 9 of Cups was saying, don't settle, or it's kind of saying you really need to go and commit to something that you want because you can have it. I feel like the reading is saying you can have whatever you want, Leo, but you're gonna have to put the work in, obviously, to get it, but it will be worth it. With the King of Pentacles, here you go. You have the Ten of Pentacles. When this happens, I just feel that the universe is basically saying I meant what I said. It's like the universe is kind of like confirming the message that I've already given you here. The Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire. The King of Pentacles is using your skills to get it. So I would, use your skills. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Three of Swords. If you want love, I feel like you could be a little bit too focused on heartbreaks. Like, King and Queen of Cups are divine counterparts, and I wouldn't necessarily say this is a love reading, but if you want it, it's here. And that Three of Swords says someone needs to heal in this situation, or maybe I kind of feel like both people. Like you might have your eye on a person, or you might be talking to a person already with the Eight of Wands. But that Three of Swords kind of says both people need to forgive their past and allow this new thing to develop. So I would if you want love, Three of Swords is about forgiving the past. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is a victory or success. You will be victorious if you go on this journey right here. So I feel this is, really a lot of self-belief, building a lot of your confidence and courage, which Leo has, and believing in yourself more is what's going to get you here faster. Making things easier, like I said with the Eight of Wands, making things smoother is going to get you there faster. I'm not suggesting this is going to be fast, but like I said, it will be worth it for you to go on this journey, clearly. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this family and heritage card. It says it's time to get back in touch with your loved ones you have been away from. You have this Pisces card. It says boundaries. It says set and honor boundaries to avoid being taken advantage of. We kind of said that with the Two of Swords and the Devil. So I would definitely be careful of those gut instinct people. If you get a bad gut instinct, I would trust it and, really pay attention to it with this energy. It is showing up in the good stuff. So, kind of is saying you probably are doing that. It's an excellent time for socializing and family. Every single person, the entire month of March, for like every single March reading I've done, has had something about socializing, family, friends, things like that. So we're talking about those really concentrated connections, those people who, come from a place of love. Spending more time with those people would be good as well. You have the Ten of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. The Ten of Wands is about getting to the end of a long journey. He's about to reach his home here. The story of the Ten of Wands is that he planted these 10 wands and they are his harvest. And when he gets this home, he will be having a harvest. So I feel for a lot of you that there could be like a really solid or good harvest coming in for you at this time. And it's probably been a long journey, but the good news is it's coming up in the good stuff. So you're probably about to have a harvest. You have the Eight of Wands, probably also your most important card here. I would say these two are equally as important. King of Pentacles and Eight of Wands. These are the two energies I would focus on if I were a Leo based off this reading. Eight of Wands, a lot of things going on here. Number one, communication and how you communicate with yourself. Like we said on that new moon in Gemini, it says communication is key. So how you talk to yourself is important. Believing in yourself more is important. Focusing in one direction, picking one thing and making it happen is what the Eight of Wands is all about, and not pulling in two directions. You can't be saying to yourself that you want to make more money, but also saying to yourself that you don't make money, right? You have to speak in one direction. The Eight of Wands is quick success, but Eight of Wands loves speed. So anything you can do to make something faster or smoother would be a good idea. Now, this does not mean you should be rushing something. There's a big difference between rushing and speed, right? Really, I think, I've probably said this to you a million times. You're probably sick of hearing it, but I'm going to say it anyway. The key word for Leo is efficiency. Efficiency is usually fast, but but again, there's a big difference between just rushing through something, making a bunch of mistakes, and doing something efficiently, right? So I would make, efficiency first is what I want to say on the Eight of Wands. But if there are things in your life, like in work and business, career, your love life, that aren't efficient, how can you fix it? And obviously I don't know what you're doing, so I can't answer that question for you, but I would start doing some research, start looking into things, start learning more efficient ways, like if you have a job or a business or whatever, learning new skills to become better at what you're doing. All that is going to be very, very helpful. You have the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles and the good stuff is progress, which is great. This definitely says that you are probably, or you will be soon, making a lot more progress than you have been. So I like to see that. The Knight of Pentacles kind of says things have been slow for a long time, but now you're finally making progress, which is good. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Devil. Also good, because we have the Devil here and the Devil here. So this would say that you are releasing bad habits because it's coming up in the good stuff. Ten of Wands is a lot of weight. So like I said, it seems to me like you're becoming smoother, faster, stronger, all that other stuff. And you could be doing this by removing things that are energy vampires. Energy vampires don't even have to be people. They could be, habits, things that you do, places you go, jobs that you have. It could be anything. And but again, this is good. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, balance. Everything in balance. Two of Pentacles is like work hard, play hard. So I would make sure you're doing both. Again, I do believe that if all we do is work, we do slow down, right? Because you start to make mistakes and not have fun. And if you're not having fun, you're not filling your fun bucket. It's like you can't give from empty cups, right? So I think that part of being able to work hard and make things smoother is having fun and making sure that you're taking care of yourself. So do that as well. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, it's like a new inspiration. Ace of Wands is out with the old, in with the new. This castle in the background here is meant to look like it's crumbling. The Ace of Wands is about like a passionate new beginning. And I definitely feel there could be a passionate new beginning coming in for you. I feel pretty good about love, even though it's not really a love reading. Again, the Ace of Wands could be like a person that enters into your life that could be, that you could be very passionate about, or could be bringing a lot of passion into your life. So really nice. You have this fan card. It says romance, celebration, party. Yeah, if you're looking for love, socializing, spending time with people, that's probably where you will find a person. So I would definitely socialize. Can't make this one up. You have this tulip card. It says great passion on it. The whole entire reading is talking about passion. Queen of Wands, she moves towards her passions. Queen of Cups, she moves towards her heart, which is her passion. Ace of Wands, all about your passions. So I think the more you are a Leo, heart-based. So I think the more you can invite passion, just in general, into your life, the more passionate you will become, which is great. You have this pineapple card. It says reconciliation on it. This is the first Mercury retrograde in a long ass time where I feel a lot of X energy. So I would be careful of X's. Devil twice, right? So even if someone's, if they want to apologize and you apologize and move on or whatever, fine. But I would be careful of those devils like returning to your life. You have this September card and this horseshoe card that says good luck on it. So there could be a lot of luck between now and September. I do think we are in a little bit of lucky time. Now, here's the thing. Luck is preparation. We aren't just going to be lucky, right? We have to put, really, I think the time that we're in now, we have to make sure we are putting ourselves in situations where luck can happen. So if you want love, you can't sit home all day. I'm sorry, I hate to tell you that, but you have to get out of the house. You have to go meet people. When you do that, you're putting yourself in a situation where luck can happen. Same thing with like money and business. If no one knows you exist, they can't come into your business. They can't support you in your career and all that other stuff. So you have to do things to be lucky. You have this coins card. It says money will be coming to you. Yeah, money looks really good. 10 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, and the good stuff. Definitely, I think working on your skills would be very beneficial as well. That could be where money comes from. But this looks pretty good here, Leo. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.